Man, was that once some fucking Royal Rumble mid, as all honesty, man. All honesty. It is what it is. The Royal Rumble was kind of disappointing, honestly. As a normal standard wrestling fan like me, the Royal Rumble was fucking boring. It really fucking was. Outside maybe Styles and Gunther, I thought it was unpopular opinion was a good match. I would say it's way too soon of an outcome, the way we came up with that. We'll discuss it then at Limit Center tomorrow, hopefully, for Monday, February 2nd of 2026. What is going on, everybody? You didn't come for wrestling, obviously. You came for your sports coverage. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lucas E. Allen Productions, Lucas E. Allen 1080 on YouTube and all audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. Lucas E. Allen Productions for your Sunday, February. I almost said January, man. I didn't get it right, man. It's February 1st of 2026. For you anything, follow me on social media, Sadie's X Cyrus, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, like I just said. Lucas E. Allen on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Watching today's podcast on YouTube. Hit the like button on today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button. You've done so already. Turn the bell for post notifications to upload this channel. And always leave a comment to get my episode for your Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast for your Sunday, February 1st of 2026. I know, it feels good finally doing some Sunday podcasts. Not worry about any fucking football. When we got the Super Bowl, obviously, this next Sunday, obviously, there probably won't be a podcast at all, man. Probably not even uploads, like Instagram Reels or TikTok videos or your YouTube Shorts at all, man. And honestly, though, let's discuss with your podcast, the Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast is for February 1st of 2026. Also, Spotify, if you haven't mentioned Spotify, leave me a comment. Also, 5-star would be nice as well, to say at least. Now let's officially start your podcast. Because Bill Belichick, North Carolina head coach, a former Patriots all-time great head coach. Bill Belichick reportedly falls short of first ballot Hall of Fame honors, which is bound to be fucking ridiculous in my opinion, but still. It is what it is. So it's Eli Manning as well, the brother Peyton Manning. Eli Manning, again, reportedly misses out on the second straight year of a Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee. We'll discuss that. The Raiders reportedly finalizing a deal to hire Seahawks offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak as the team's next head coach. We'll be discussing that. We'll discussing Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals will hire Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur. The brother, I think, Matt LaFleur, the Packers head coach, obviously. The Cardinals hire Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, the team's next head coach for the Cardinals. We'll be discussing that. The Cleveland Browns hire former Ravens offensive coordinator, my goodness, man, Todd Monken as the team's next head coach, and I fucking hate that hire. We'll discuss that, though. That's the Browns for you, obviously. Speaking of Browns, defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz for the Browns reportedly wants out after being passed up as a NFL head coach. We'll be discussing that. As an NFL salary cap will report is skyrocketing next season to make more than $300 million per NFL franchise. Oh, joy. More money for these freaking players in the league, obviously. We'll discuss that. So, Joe Flacco, oh my goodness, man, makes the 2026 Pro Bowl as half the year, if not most of the year, when he was Cleveland at the Browns, was a backup fucking quarterback. Oh, how the mighty have fucking fallen for the fucking NFL Pro Bowl. This shit is ridiculous. We'll discuss it on today's podcast. Glad y'all join me, maybe, as always. Conversation Sunday at Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast, sports podcast for your Sunday, February 1st, 2026 podcast, like I said. Starting with, you guessed it, Bill Belichick reportedly falls short of the first ballot Hall of Fame honors, to say the least. Bill Belichick will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. ESPN reports that the former New England Patriots head coach and current UNC North Carolina football head coach fell short of 40 out of 50 votes needed for enshrinement in the 2020 Pro Football Hall of Fame, during his NFL first-year eligibility. Belichick was reportedly puzzled and disappointed by the development, reportedly asking one associate 6 Super Bowls isn't enough, which he's not wrong asking that. And what does a guy have to do with a different associate? I hate that that's the case. Bill Belichick, when I think of him as a head coach and not post Tom Brady and stuff like that, the stuff that happened between him and Tom Brady in New England Patriots locker room and stuff like Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. We want to think of that doesn't fucking matter. Bill Belichick won 6 fucking Super Bowls. And he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer to these fucking people? Like, what the fuck, man? I want to think of him as a head coach right now. That's fine with me. He's probably not that great, obviously, anymore. I get that. I understand that indefinitely. I get that. But this is not our current day freaking football. It's about all-time history. Bill Belichick, for God's sakes, ladies and gentlemen, has 6 fucking Super Bowl rings. 6 rings. He has 6 rings as a head coach. For NFL history. For Super Bowls, obviously. And he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer coach. At that rate, and no fucking coach should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's the most guy in NFL history with the most, at least coaches, or most Super Bowls in history. And that's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You can get your opinions about he's going to be the greatest coach of all time. I don't think he's the greatest coach of all time. Then I go to Don Shula. But still, you don't think Bill Belichick's a first ballot Hall of Famer will win 6 fucking Super Bowls? That's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? That's just ridiculous to me. That's just ridiculous to me, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you, people. That's my thoughts on this for sure. I hate that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm not a biggest Belichick fan. I don't like him, honestly. I really don't. But his history repeats itself. He won 6 fucking Super Bowls. That's not a first ballot Hall of Fame coach worthy? That's ridiculous if you ask me, man. We'll wait and find out. We'll discuss more of this. More details come out of the situation for sure. Speaking of Hall of Fame snubs, basically, Eli Manning. This one's probably a little bit less than exempt, though. Eli Manning, again, reportedly misses out on the Pro Football Hall of Fame for the 2nd straight year of eligibility. Eli Manning has once again missed out on making it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The longtime former New York Giants starting quarterback fell short of making the cut to the NFL Hall of Fame again this year, marking a 2nd straight time falling short as one of the 15 modern-day era finalists, according to The Athletic. This to me is a little bit less nauseating than the Belichick's first ballot Hall of Fame, because Eli Manning is not. I think he's a Hall of Famer. The man won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants and knocked off the Patriots and Tom Brady with that stuff. Speaking of Bill Belichick, obviously the Patriots. But I do think he'll be a Hall of Famer eventually. I'm not sure. Is Peyton Manning a Hall of Famer? I don't even know. He's obviously a Hall of Fame career better than Eli Manning, his brother, obviously. I'm just not sure if he's actually in the Hall of Fame yet. I think he is. He's definitely eligible because he's retired in 2016. He won Super Bowl 50 to the Denver Broncos. But still, I think that Eli's going to be a Hall of Famer. You see like a first ballot Hall of Famer? Fuck no. He really isn't. I mean, he's won 2 Super Bowls. I get that. But to me, he's never had the big thing. I looked at some of the record standpoint he had in the Giants. He was average of 500. 117 and 117 wins and losses in NFL history for him. So I do think he's the NFL. He's a Hall of Famer to me. Don't get me wrong. But to me, he's not like a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm trying to point out to be unlike Bill Belichick, honestly. Just keep you updated when Eli Manning gets inducted in the Hall of Fame whenever he does in coming years, to say the least. Moving on to the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. Reportedly finalizing a deal to acquire Klint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator, the team's brand new head coach for 2025, 2026, and 2027 NFL season. The Las Vegas Raiders are reportedly working on a deal to hire Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak. NFL Network and ESPN reported on Sunday, today obviously. Per the report, the deal can't be finalized until after the Super Bowl, obviously because Kubiak's coaching the Seahawks, obviously, so he was in Super Bowl 60. If confirmed, Kubiak will become the Raiders' 3rd head coach in the last 3 seasons. Obviously, he had Pete Carroll last year, and obviously Antonio Pierce the year before. Obviously. And there's 6 head coaches since 2021. We got Josh McDaniels with that, and you also what? John Gruden, and who else was the other one? Yeah, John Gruden, Josh McDaniels, Pierce, obviously now Klint Kubiak, and obviously Pete Carroll. Who was the sixth one? I don't know. I'm bad at watching that one. Was it like? No, it can't be that guy. I don't know this fucking name for obviously. We'll move on, obviously. Kubiak met with the Raiders and Arizona Cardinals on Saturday, according to ESPN. Let's discuss the Cardinals offensive the head coach hire next segment, obviously, in the podcast right now. Well, not right now, but you get the point. I want to get my thoughts on this quickly. I don't mind this hire for the Raiders. I just hope this man can stick. He obviously hopefully develop, obviously, the Raiders and the franchise quarterback, next coming franchise quarterback, hopefully, in them. Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback of Indiana Hoosiers, just won national championship, a Heisman Trophy winner. So you hope that's the guy, and hopefully the head coach and have a Klint Kubiak. That's a good hire, though. Obviously, you had the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks already in the Super Bowl, Klint Kubiak. So that's a pretty good stuff, if you ask me there. Keep updating the Raiders when they do in this offseason. Keep updating going into 2026-2027 NFL season for the Las Vegas Raiders, if you ask me. Let's try this again for the fourth fucking time recording this next segment on the podcast. Arizona Cardinals hire Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, Packers head coach, brother Matt LaFleur, as the team's next head coach. And by the way, if you want to know what the fuck just happened, my microphone started to be buffering, man. It's starting to become unplugged, honestly. So I do that to say. But back to standard programming, obviously. The Arizona Cardinals have their next head coach. The Cardinals officially hired Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, the team's next head coach, on Sunday afternoon, meaning today, obviously. The two sides reportedly agreed to a 5-year contract, though terms were not made available, to say at least, as of today, to say at least. Obviously, division rival, he got basically stolen, the Rams got stolen, obviously, with Mike LaFleur. He comes from the Sean McVay train, obviously. Coordinators become the head coaches, obviously, in the National Football League. So we ain't fine with that, to say at least. But Mike LaFleur is the Arizona Cardinals head coach. I don't know, the Packers facing the Cardinals next season? I don't know, man. Remains to be seen with that, to say at least. I don't think they face one NFC West team, the Packers, and it's the Rams, honestly. So you can't get Matt LaFleur versus Mike LaFleur as the head coach and facing, obviously. You can't do that, honestly, because obviously it's not like the John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh again. You can't do that, honestly. But still, we ain't fine with them, to say at least. You can get Mike LaFleur versus Matt LaFleur. The Cardinals versus the Packers sooner rather than later. Mike LaFleur lasts that long, the Cardinals head coach. Well, I don't mind this move, honestly, if you're a Cardinals fan. So there you go. You got an offensive coordinator as your head coach of this team. Just went to the NFC Conference Championship in the Los Angeles Rams. Keep up there on the Arizona Cardinals, who this offseason made to trade Kyler Murray, so whoever, or they cut him for whatever reason when they find out. Keep up there the Cardinals this offseason to say at least as well. Same with the Rams as well. Oh my god, man. Let's discuss this bullshit hire from the Cleveland Browns, my white people. The Cleveland Browns hire former Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken as the team's brand new head coach in Cleveland. Oh, fucking joy. The Cleveland Browns find themselves in a familiar position, obviously, this offseason, following yet another disappointing year, because the sky is blue. Nearby poor quarterback play, the Browns were once again in the market for a new head coach. One who pursuingly fix those issues to with the lead franchise back to premierance. Good fucking luck, obviously. The team found their head coach on Wednesday after announcing that they're hiring a former Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. This is fucking ridiculous. They hire a offensive coordinator that this past season the Baltimore Ravens did not even make the fucking playoffs. That is the Cleveland Browns for you in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. They don't give a flying fuck to at least to compete in the AFC North. Not even just the North, in the AFC in general. They tried ever since the Deshaun Watson trade, long before that, obviously, but they had Baker Mayfield, who is a good quarterback, brought the team their first playoff win against the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2021 or 2022. And then they fall off the face of the earth. Right after, as soon as the one Baker Mayfield had regressed after they got to the playoffs and won the divisional round. And then they obviously go downhill. The trade for Deshaun Watson, they got the worst trade of NFL history. But it probably is. I think it is, honestly, the worst NFL trade in history. Whereas the Cleveland Browns got fucking mega screwed in that one, man. 2 first-round picks and a couple of pick swaps, maybe. I think of it, but that's the NBA. But whatever, you get the point. Oh, my God, man. The Browns, what are you doing? Todd Monken is the best coach you could come up with as your head coach for your team? Oh, my God, man. That's fucking just makes me want to puke. I'm not even a Browns fan. I can't imagine being a Browns fan, honestly. Oh, my God, man. Todd Monken is the best coach you could have come up with. Really, Cleveland? Really, Cleveland? I don't know, man. That is just completely just negligence, honestly. Again, I'm wasting Myles Garrett more and more so. A guy who basically could be MVP if he just would have freaking had a good record, honestly. I was obviously Defensive Player of the Year, obviously, on the fucking those crappiest team and not named the New York Jets, in my opinion. Oh, my God, man. This is just fucking awful hire from the Cleveland Browns. Todd Monken is the best they could come up with. It's like they're just banking on freaking hoping that the Shedeur Sanders really is the Pro Bowl quarterback they want it to be. And not just because of bullshit Pro Bowl selection here. My God, man. What an awful, awful, awful hire from the Cleveland Browns. My honest opinion, man. Keep update the Browns do going forward. Okay, next segment discussing Jim Schwartz right now, actually. Moving on, the Browns defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz reportedly wants out of the team after being passed up as an NFL head coach. I don't know why he'll be a head coach. I know he's a good coach in all honesty. But still, we'll discuss right now. Following another disappointing year, more by poor quarterback play. Oh, fuck it. Actually, when I think about it, ladies and gentlemen, that report is just kind of filler, honestly. I didn't really care to discuss that, honestly, with Jim Schwartz and the Cleveland Browns, whatever bullshit was going on. Anyways, moving on to the NFL. Salary cap will reportedly skyrocket next season to more than $300 million per club. Oh, fucking joy. More money distributed to the National fucking Football League. The NFL is projecting that the salary cap is dramatically increased in 2026. The salary cap will reportedly be in the, get this, ladies and gentlemen, $301.2 million to $305.7 million per club, according to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. More money being distributed to National Football League players, man, that can be more complained, finally more complained, National Football League players. Like, imagine when Bryce Young gets contract eligibility, after his rookie contract expires, obviously. What the Panthers even give him an offer? I don't know. I know he just brought the team to the playoffs this year, but then again, it's an 8-9 record. A 3-way tie between the Panthers, Falcons, and Buccaneers. Like that's not really a good way to re-sign Bryce Young. It really isn't. But the salary cap, I say it's no Bryce Young. We want the quarterbacks in, obviously, in this new trajectory here. This more salary cap increasing here. You want the quarterbacks. But it is what it is, man. The more and more money for the national bullshit league, to be more money given out to these players, man. And they'll still find a way to somehow complain, obviously. Keep updating more when more money comes out, with obviously the NFL salary cap going up in 2026 to 2027 NFL season, to say at least. And finally, for your Lucas C. Allen Productions podcast for your Sunday, February 1st, 2026, more Pro Bowl news, man. Joe Flacco makes a 2026 Pro Bowl. Yeah, the guy who was backing up Joe Burrow most of the year and was to start the season with the Cleveland Browns. 41-year-old Joe Flacco, nonetheless. Early in his career, Joe Flacco became a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP while defeating the San Francisco 49ers and Jim Harbaugh and Colin Kaepernick, the Niners. Later in his career, the Delaware product earned the NFL Comeback Player of the Year in honors. I think it was a couple of years going with the Cleveland Browns the first, and obviously. And now, after playing for 7 teams in 18 seasons, a 41-year-old Flacco is finally a Pro Bowler. Are you fucking kidding me? A guy who was a backup quarterback all the season almost. Minus when Burrow got hurt and got traded to the Bengals and we started the year in the Browns, to say at least. And then to basically play a fucking Pro Bowler. What is this freaking Pro Bowl selection shit come to, man? It is so bad, man. Gone like the days you have actual like potential Pro Bowls, the All-Star game for the NFL. Being the Pro Bowl the week before the Super Bowl. I don't care even watch it now. The Pro Bowl games on a Tuesday now. Let's used to be on a Sunday the week before the Super Bowl. This is bullshit. This shit is fucking nauseating now with the Pro Bowl bullshit situations here. How the fuck can we get Shedeur Sanders, who had an awful rookie season with 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, and a 41-year-old Joe fucking Flacco that was basically a backup most of the season? How the fuck does that make any sense to you people? The Pro Bowl we all know and love is dead. When are y'all going to understand that? This shit is fucking... This new shit is fucking disgusting, in my honest opinion. I'm not meaning to hate on Joe Flacco. Good for him being a Pro Bowl. But still, he's 41 years old. He was a backup freaking quarterback at one point this whole season. Most of the season. Half the season, obviously. With the Browns, the Bengals, you get the point. And he can get a freaking Pro Bowl, really? But not... Is Trevor Lawrence even in this? I don't even blame him if he didn't get selected with this. Because this Pro Bowl shit is fucking disgusting at this rate. At this rate, I can make a freaking Pro Bowl playing a single snap in the National Football League. That is what this has fucking come to, people. Fucking ridiculous, if you ask me. Anyways, that is your Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast for Sunday, February 1st of 2026. Thank y'all for watching Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast. We are on YouTube, Lucas E. Allen 1018. All audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. Which is Lucas E. Allen Productions podcast for Sunday, February 1st of 2026. I hope y'all catch y'all tomorrow on more content on main YouTube channel, Lucas E. Allen 1018. Discuss obviously a limited center, discussing all things for Royal Rumble, obviously. And stuff like that in the second YouTube channel, Lucas E. Allen as well. Until next time, and trust me next time, my peace and love, I am out. Take care. Love y'all big time, to say it at least.